different look at that a little bit later when we come back out, but that's already been laid down, getting ready for next week when the World Karting Association will be using that as part of their overall road course activities. But we're going to make our way over and get you out onto the back straightaway here as we make our way over to the emergency area. Over there on my right, you can see the turns 1 and 2. We're going to come back through there in just a second. That is pretty unique. We just repaved the surface here not too long ago, back in 2010. We had a major renovation on the infield in 04. In 10, we repaved it. And then, of course, we just completed the construction on the grandstand. So just 2 years ago. So all pretty much new here in the facility. The paving process took from July 2010 until January 2011 to repave the surface. It was the equivalent of paving about 33 acres of property. It cost right at $20 million to repave the surface, so we should be in good shape. It's only really the second time we repaved the area. We started with the original asphalt in 59. In 78, we added 2 inches of asphalt on top of the original. Then, as we said, in 2010, took it all the way out down to the lime rock dirt base, repaved the entire facility. Where we are now is where the emergency equipment would be located here on race day if they needed to access the back straightaway or turn 2 over here. They can come out from behind that barrier. And we're going to come out onto the back stretch. It's about 3,200 feet long here for the back straightaway. It looks flat, but it's actually 3 degrees of banking to get the water off of the raceway here and down onto where we are, which is called the skid pad. You can see that skid pad going all the way inside. This is one of the fastest portions of the racetrack, so if you do have a problem, you have a little time before you get to the inside wall. Over here on my right, where you see this metal structure, this is an area which is now used for signage, but it previously was the old super stretch backstretch grandstand area here that started back in 1994 with about 4,000 seats and eventually added on to where we had some 46,000 seats back here in February of 2015 before we took them all out. And then on my right, over there, you can see the new Daytona Rising facility. When we started construction in 2013, it went a little more than 8/10 of a mile long. We shortened it up to a little less than 8/10 of a mile long, but we went much taller. Most all of that third level is all new. All the construction is new, but that's just new added on area. Some 15 stories high to the very top. Each seat is 4 inches wider than the previous seating. They have arms, cup holders, more leg room. So although we added a lot of space, we didn't add a lot of seats. We went from 101,000 to 101,500, but it's a much more luxurious seating area than we had previously. But we're going to make our way backwards, actually, from turns 2 back to turn 1 to eventually go down the front stretch. Over here to my left, you can see one of 4 Sunoco towers around the track. That in turn 2, look right between the 2 signs there, you'll see a couple of seats. It's not a bad place to watch a race from up there, but that's where working officials would be. In this case, responsible for turn 2 to make sure no debris of any kind is on the racetrack, any oil or gasoline, parts off vehicles, whatever it may be. And again, we're going backwards here. It's about 3,000 feet from the entry of turn 1 to the exit of turn 2. So they spend a little more than a half a mile up on that 31 degrees of banking, which is about a third of the way to perpendicular. The double yellow lines here at the base of the banking up to the wall, that's the racing groove. You got a race between the yellow lines and the wall up there. Where we are is the apron. This is where you merge into the speedway or get off of the racetrack. And the grass there to my right, if you go straight up to the top of the speedway there, is some 44 feet high to the very top. So on race days, they're coming in here probably around 195 miles an hour or so, 2, 3, sometimes 4 wide, racing through what is the equivalent of a 4-story building angled at 31 degrees. Typically, they don't have any problems, but occasionally they may get together and end up in the upper wall up there. And fortunate for them, that is what we call a safer barrier. SAFER stands for Steel and Foam Energy Reduction. That was a safety system installed here in 2004. The inner wall closest to us there is about 4 feet high. It's actually hollow steel tubing. About a 2-foot gap back to the old concrete wall that's been here for decades. And then in between it, you can see a series of foam panels. So if a driver gets in the first wall, it'll tend to flex and give to take away energy. And the foam compresses to take away a little more, and finally into the hard concrete wall. The SAFER barrier was designed by engineers at the University of Nebraska. It's now required at every racetrack that does have a NASCAR sanctioned event. Used to be just through the corners and the inner walls and the straightaways, but as you can see here in Daytona, for the safety of the drivers, almost every inch of exposed wall all around the racetrack is now the SAFER barrier.